Hello everyone. I know there has been a lot discussion about the Halo game and micro stutterings on the LG OLED TVs. This is on the LG CX 77 inch. I haven't tried to connect my my console yet to the new LG C1 that I bought to our second floor, but I think the issue is the same there. I think it will be visible now, the micro stutterings. It's here mostly in the bottom of the left corner, but it usually you can see it in the games. It's in the corners here and below to here, and also in the top. So it's usually visible in this area where I have the pointer now, but we can see it extremely here, so it's a bit annoying. And I wanted to discuss there's, should I say, 3 options to make this go away in Halo Infinity. The option 1 will only affect this game. So if you do these settings, the micro stuttering will go away in Halo Infinity, but you will not have, if you see this problem in other games, it will not resolve it, sadly. So my suggestion is not to use the option 1, but what you can do is, when you are in the menu, we can press this button to go to the settings in the game, and that's the first one there. And if you go to video, we can change from quality to the performance mode, and the game don't need a restart, but we can see the effect now immediately. We don't have this stuttering anymore, and this is the option number 1 to resolve it. And as I mentioned earlier, this is only for this game. So what you can do in solution number 2, if we go back to the video and we change it to quality again, now we will see the issue again. So option 2 is for the TV to do adjustment, and that is to go to additional, and here you can disable instant game response, and then you also need to go to AMD FreeSync and disable it. And then if we smash the green button, you can now see we don't have it, and we don't have any VRR functionality, and then this issue doesn't occur. So if you do this solution number 2, this will also affect your other games. The console will try to output VRR and so on, but the TV is not have the functionality on. So now we don't have micro stutterings, and this also affect other games and not just Halo. So this is the option 2. I don't think this is the best solution to do. So I will turn these settings on again. So we receive the issue again. And now we can see the issue again. And if I smash the green button sometimes, we can now see FreeSync is activated. So it's extremely visible, especially in the left corner here. And the solution 3 regarding this issue, if we close Halo, go to the Xbox settings menu, and here we in general goes to TV display options, and here you can change the refresh rate to 60 Hertz. If we change it to 60 Hertz, we don't need to do any adjustment here, because it could be another solution to turn VRR off here in the menu. But if we have 60 Hertz, we will still have the functionality activated, and we will not have the micro stutterings in this game or in other games. And what we see now in the camera, it's not visible in real life. And one other issue in Halo Infinity at the moment is the raised black levels in cinematics, and what we can see here, it's very off. So now there's no micro stutterings here, and if we check, we have FreeSync now when it's locked to 60 Hertz. So that's one way to do it also, but we can also go into the settings. So there's a lot of options to go around this issue. So if we go to 120 Hertz again, so this is the solution 4, so we can disable this one. And we can launch Halo again. But if you're running the game in performance mode, the game will not perform over 60 FPS. So the most games on the Xbox Series X, I think they run very good at 60 FPS. So I think I'm more going for the option 3, to have the console, to make the console go in 60 Hertz instead of 120 Hertz, because if you use the performance mode, you will not be at the FPS level of 120 all the times. You get more dips to 80, 70 FPS. So the increase from 60. In some cases it would be the double, but to have a better solution for more games, I think it's more suitable to run the console in 60 Hz at the moment. I don't think they will resolve this issue, sadly. That's just my feeling at the moment. And one other topic about the Halo. Now after they released Dolby Vision for the Xbox, I will show one more thing that I think it's important to know. If we shut this game down, I closed the game because when you do some changes, it's more suitable to restart the game. So should we call this my best solution for Halo? Maybe. What I recommend is to make it to 60 Hz. And the issue that's also visible if you go into video modes is this, that if we activate VRR again, and it's regarding the Dolby Vision in Halo, and it might be also visible in other games, is the Dolby Vision at the moment. You lose a lot of brightness in the game or in the games. So my recommendation is to turn this one off. And one important thing when you change from to use Dolby Vision or disable Dolby Vision, you need to calibrate the HDR again. So you need to go here and you need to make these steps. So I usually make it completely dark when for me at the moment, I can see the squares now, and the camera will pick it up one more time if I press one more. So there it is for me. And here I do the same thing, go to maximum darkness, and then I adjust it up. It needs to be fine-tuned because you can see some of the squares. And for me at least, I need to do this a lot. So and we launch Halo, and we will see, especially soon in the loading screen, we will see much more color, and the brightness is increased a lot, I think. And I hope they fix this cinematics black level sits. It's so much off at the moment, and now we can see the brightness and color is much more greater. And we can check what settings I'm using now, and if you go here, I have set the brightness to 53, the other two, OLED and contrast is on 100. Sharpness, I choose to have it in 10. Color, to make it pop more, I have 68. And I know it's a really high value, but you can lower it down if you want to make adjustment there. And in advanced controls, I have this color gamut on auto. The white balance, I don't know for me, but it keeps changing from warm 2 to warm 1. But it's warm 2 that's more suitable. So, and that's in the white balance. We can adjust it. Color management systems, I haven't done any change to that at the moment. And the high peak brightness, it's locked in this mode. And dynamic tone map, we can have it on or HGIG. But if you change it to on, off or HGIG, you need to again do the HDR calibration in the Xbox menu that I showed earlier. But I think the light output, it's much more higher on dynamic. I want the brightness, so that's why I have it on. So that's my settings that I'm using. And I have this black level on auto. So what you can see, if you have it on low and you don't see any change, that means that you're not running the console in RGB mode. If you use RGB mode, it's the high and you will not see any different. When you choose low, you will see a different. But I leave it on auto. And motion eye care, it should be off. So I think this is the best solution to get the most satisfied experience on the Xbox. But do you want more than 60 FPS in your games? Then I would recommend to turn the VRR off instead. But the most games I play, if I have any game mode to choose between, I usually go for 60 FPS to don't get the same FPS drop. Of course, some of the VRR functionality, if you have it on, you will not see some of the drops or big changes. But I think the trade-off to have these micro stutterings and so on, it's for me at least, it's not a good solution at the moment. So I think the 60 hertz mode is the best combination to get the best experience on Xbox. So now I have talked about it in this video, and hopefully maybe you want to discuss it, or maybe you find a solution on the issue that can solve the problems for you, or maybe at least understand what is the issue. So what I will do now, I will test this on my LG C1. What I bought, it's not 77 inch, it's a 65 version. But I think the issue is the same there what I have read on the internet, at least. So I want to just say to all of you, I would like to wish you a nice Christmas and a nice end of the year. Bye.